Hey y'all, my boss is late, so I'm bored, and I realized that I haven't uploaded a video in a while. So I thought, hey, maybe I should put a video, hey, even with some background music. Alright, so these trucks come with a couple extra outlets. It was clean. It was clean before I worked in it for 8 years. So these two little extra outlets, I changed this one out. This was about $8 or something on Amazon. And what it is it's your USB. It's got two USB connectors and the voltmeter. And what this voltmeter does is it is reading right now what my alternator output is. So this is a really easy hack. It's easy to install these. You might have to kind of remove a couple screws, you know, and remove one of your outlets, and then most of the time you can just have a quick disconnect that will connect right to the connectors in the back of this outlet. So it fits right in the hole. The connectors clip right onto it. At least in my case, it was extremely easy. And now we can watch the alternator as well as the battery. Most alternators you want to be maybe at least above 13.5. Right now I believe my alternator is hurting. I have about 210,000 miles on this Toyota, and so the alternator's working. It's got enough to charge my battery, but you really want it near 14 volts. You know, if your alternator is reading 14, that's with the motor running. Right now my motor's running, so it's giving me an alternator output voltage, and I can tell I need an alternator soon. That is not enough. And sometimes you want to turn off everything so you don't have a live load going, and it's going to give you a little more accurate. You know, mine usually pushes 13.7 if I have everything turned off and I'm on the highway, which is actually not good. I mean, depending on the vehicle, they range from 13.6 to 14.5, but somewhere in there. Every alternator is different, every car is different, but you want to be near 14, and if you're this low, that means your alternator is not going to be enough to charge your battery. Okay, so that's with the motor running, alternator volts. Now all you want to do is leave the key on ACC, but turn your motor off. Now you've got your battery's voltage. So this is my battery now. This is not the alternator. Just having the motor not running is giving me my resting battery. Now you have to give it about 5 minutes. It's gonna probably drop a couple points over the next 5 minutes. Once it's rested, you're gonna have your battery's voltage. And so that's telling me that, you know, 12 volt battery, actually, you need it to be more than 12. A healthy battery is probably 13.1 or 4, 12.9, but you know, 12.6 is not good. That means my battery, 12.6 means my battery's able to fill about halfway. So that's about 50%. I've only got 50% capacity basically. That's what that 12.6 means. If it was reading 13, I'd feel better, like my battery's brand new. 12.1, you need a new battery. If you have, you know, there's a lot of easy ways to test your voltage, but with this, it's, you know, you don't even need any little voltmeter. You can just tell that your battery is going to be too low soon, you know, and you can, over the course of 6 months, this is going to drop a couple more, and then I'm going to put a new battery in it. Right now, that's not good. You know, that's not a healthy battery. Healthy battery reads more towards 13 volts. So if your alternator starts coming down that low, that's almost a bad alternator. Pretty soon my truck's not going to start. And it's both right now. Both my alternator and battery are both kind of old. So, but this is allowing me to keep an eye, and I know that, you know, it's still charging my battery right now. That's more than the battery has, so it will charge with a 13.3, but that is not a healthy alternator at all. And when you turn it off, You do not want it. Well, 12.9 isn't bad. See, that's because my alternator just juiced it up. It's going to drop. It'll drop back down if you let it rest for a little bit. So it's a little tricky understanding electricity, but basically you need your alternator near 14. You need your battery near 13. Anything lower means it's starting to, 12.7 is probably like 75% capacity battery. Anyway, cheers. Easy way to keep an eye on your voltage for your alternator and battery. And if your truck's acting funny or your car's acting funny, this will help you identify which one it is instead of having to go to O'Reilly's. And anyway, love y'all.